I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice.
Do your own research.
Consult a professional investment advisor before making any investment decisions.
This show is for entertainment only. Faites vos propres recherches.
Here we are
in another episode
of the Simple Success Podcast.
And
this is financial life coaching from a happiness perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to know what we do in this podcast? What's that? We turn what is to many people a drab and dreary affair into a wide range of enjoyable experiences that they will cherish. And I can tell you that a change of perspective makes a huge difference. Therefore, if you're looking for a way to make your finances more interesting, then listen up, because
You change everything.
I even changed the weather outside one time. Oh, I can't wait to go into that. But for now, can I change my internal weather? You can indeed, my friend. And my internal weather can affect everything and everyone around me. Got that right again, DT. So I am the weatherman. In a manner of speaking, I guess that's true. You are the weatherman. For your personal outlook, that is. While I'm trying that on, I must confess that our story today caught me by surprise and made me think outside the age box. Thanks, DT. That was the intention. So I wanted a title that would, right off the bat, grab attention. Yes, because when you first hear about someone who has been doing something for decades, you think that person must be too old to be doing that, but you are wrong. Indeed, DT. Indeed. Let's start with a song. Song? It's okay, sure thing, DT. What's the song called? It's called Too Old for Microsoft. Okay, DT. Let's skip playing it through, okay? Until we've practiced it some more? Yeah, that works. I also liked the lyrics. Really? The ones that we're not playing? Yeah, those. They're very clever. Clever? How so? Well, there's a certain amount of irony in them. Irony? Yeah, you see, the song says, I am too old for Microsoft, but the truth is he isn't. Really? I wasn't? No, he's young enough to remember Windows 1. 1.15, actually. Still amazing. Yeah, I wonder how long it'll take him to upgrade to 10 or 11, though. I think you need to slow down, DT, and focus on our story. I know. You just said that you liked the song, but you didn't say why. I'll let you tell it.
At last.
Erase una vez. Wait, what? Once upon a time. Oh, I thought you said something else. No, it was the same thing. It was just in Gaelic. Gaelic? Watch as I do an audio-only eye roll here. You can do the eye roll as long as you lean forward at the same time to listen better. Repeat. Once upon a time, I was in charge of a network. Where? In Ohio. When? 1998. Oh, yeah, before the dawn of time. Well, for you anyway. But you digress. You never surprise me, DT. And I was in a security chat room, as such things were then called. On una computadora? In the software industry? Oui, sur l'ordinateur. And then? Out of the blue, I was... Wait, it's cliffhanger time. CLIFF. Right. You mean it's time to hold out on the big reveal? Maybe. That's above my pay grade. I see. So all you know is that we're headed to... What's that?
Break number 1.
Hello, everyone. This is John with the Simple Success Podcast, financial life coaching from a happiness perspective. Because we know you want to show us some serious love in return for the tremendous benefits you get from us. Please head over to the support link in our written show notes. That's the words on your podcast player. There, you can choose from a $9.99 per month doing level of support, a $4.99 knowing level, or a basic intro level of just 99 cents per month. Great place to start. Whichever you choose, thank you so much for helping us do this for you. And to leave us a voice message, which just might see the light of day in a future podcast, go to those same written show notes. You'll go to a site where you can leave a video, audio, or text-only message, depending on how you feel at the moment. You can also send us an audio file attached to an email if you use just more than your phone for stuff. I won't repeat those links because weird. And anyway, show notes. It's all in there, and it's all easy. Somewhere over the rainbow. Where's this going? Out of the blue. Out of the bluebirds fly?
While spending billions of dollars, right? Oh, wait, that's not how it goes.
Oh, I see. You're reminding us where I left off in Act 1.
Yes, before the break.
And I was saying, out of the blue.
You are just sizzling hot, my man.
Thank you. Resuming. So out of the blue, Microsoft hired me.
Not cutting the story short, making the user experience better?
A bit, in sticking to our story.
And what's so amazing about that?
Well, that depends on how old you are.
Old? Does 2 work for you?
I keep forgetting about this cultural shift you're on. Because
you're the OG.
Thanks, I think. Anyway, it matters how old you are because of what you're likely to be thinking.
And what was that for? You, I mean.
I was thinking I might be too old. I mean, the oldest millennial alive is that old now.
But you weren't.
Apparently not. I missed out on using such a basic algorithm.
I don't know why it took me this long to see it, John, but are you finding irony in the title?
What do you mean?
The founder of Microsoft is a man aged 66 years old, yet here you have a title that says I thought I was too old to work for Microsoft.
Well, he wasn't 66 then, and it's in the mind that all decisions are made before they're carried out. As you know from your reading, it's the mind that sifts wishes from desires.
Subconscious mind. Yeah, that works. With all the paradigm shifts we have done, this is my favorite.
Why, DT? What's so special about this?
The whole idea of being too old for anything, it just flies in the face of science.
Someone said that the mind is like a parachute. It only functions when it's open. That doesn't mean, though, that a mind should take in everything. It means we should be open to the opportunities that life presents us.
Don't believe everything you think.
Right. I don't exactly, but that's pretty close.
Bumper stickers for that coming up.
Right. So anyway, I'm not too old for Microsoft, am I?
No.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
You're welcome.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Thanks again, God. We're glad you're still with us.
And I'm glad I'm still with you.
Now, I have an announcement to make.
The floor is yours, for a second anyway. Editors, blades ready.
I've been working at Microsoft for about 4 years now.
Cut.
What was wrong with that?
You're only 2 years old.
Accident with a time machine. Can I finish now?
4 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
I started as a developer working on cloud apps.
Oh yeah, he said, barely hiding his skepticism.
Then I moved into product management where I worked on cybersecurity paradigm shifts.
And you did that? Why?
That's what a paradigm shift is made of.
Oh, you didn't think you could.
Opportunity can come in the way we least expect, right?
Yep. When defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound and rebuild those plans and set sail once more toward your coveted goal.
Napoleon Hill Core detected.
Thanks, Vina. Were there any other concerns at the time?
There were, but not related to this topic, which is how we see ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's a great observation I just had. I hope entrepreneurs are taking notes.
I hope everyone is taking notes so they don't miss their own paradigm shifts.
Knowledge will not attract money unless it is organized and intelligently directed through practical plans of action to the definite end of accumulation of money.
Napoleon Hill Core detected.
Thank you, dear Vina, but not now. Come back later, please.
Yes, Vina, we'll definitely make time for you.
And we'll do it before the next paradigm shift we do called I Thought I Was Too Old to Run a Marathon.
And I'm feeling we should take a break. But we haven't voted on it.
At last.
But then there's always...
But first, break number 2.
We know a lot about you already because we know ourselves. For example, we know that you know how to listen to a hard podcast. And we also know that you probably know how to subscribe. So as soon as you're done with that, tell us your story. We have ways you can contact us. It involves a special link where you can leave us a message. We may have an email address for you as well in the future, and we'll let you know if that happens. The reason for subscribing? I thought you'd never ask. When you subscribe, you automatically download all future episodes of that podcast. It just happens in your player without you having to go search again. How cool is that? This means better rankings for the podcast, more attention from advertisers, and more money. And this means more and better stuff for you. So your motivation is simple and easy. Subscribe today, whatever app and from whatever place you like. And don't just try to subscribe. There is no try. There is only do. We're changing the way we look at things, and remember, that's good. Eso es bueno, Sybil. Also remember, This is financial life coaching from a happiness perspective. Coaching happiness. Our call to action is right in the show notes. Find it and you win too.
Can I simple that?
Por supuesto. Of course. Just simple it.
Please make sure your seat belts are fastened and your tray tables are in their upright position.
And make sure simple is a verb like Google is a verb.
Like we said the last time around, time flies when you are having fun like we've had.
Yeah, I was wondering what that whooshing sound was.
The sound of time flying, you idiot. But sorry to say, time has not flown by. That point where you tie this into investing, haha.
And Einstein did discover that time is actually money.
That's something we should never forget. Is there anything you shouldn't forget, DT?
Plenty, my dear friend, plenty.
Like what?
In the investing game, I do not have a use-by date. As long as my brain is plugged in, I can invest.
Even at only age 2 like yourself?
At any age. Retirement does not mean I should hang up my investment gloves.
Okay, what else?
I should not be afraid to try new things. As the topic suggests, many think that only young people can work at a place like Microsoft. That's not true. And you can try new streams of investment at any age, too.
And it works both ways. Give us more, DT. I know you're like a sponge and you soaked in all the good stuff.
Okay, dude, I have learned that investment calls for an open mind. There is a tendency to become close-minded as age progresses, and this hampers investment and growth.
It does. Hill says that tolerance and an open mind are practical necessities of the dreamer of today. Those who are afraid of new ideas are doomed before they can even start. Never has there been a time more favorable to pioneers than the present.
Strange that Hill wrote about the favorability of time scores of years ago, but it still applies today. Does this tell us anything, John?
It does, DT. Good ears. It tells us that every season and every year is a time for investing. There are no necessarily good or bad times. Of course, you have to do your homework.
And, of course, I love homework.
Which means that you must now know something that you didn't know when you were in school.
Yeah, that homework is really just practice at getting good.
Carpe diem.
And that's the spirit of investing, too. You seize the day, the opportunities, and all that life offers, so that you can take that worry off the table.
Is that why many people miss a paradigm shift?
Sometimes it is. I'm not perfect. I've missed a few and recognized others later that I might have.
But you stayed with it anyway.
Yeah, I was persistent.
Why do some people talk only about what they call the biggest mistake of their life?
That is because they're focusing on not having started doing something when they could have.
They think they're too old?
Or too young, in your case.
Ignoring that, what would you tell the people who want to dream again? What's the solution to dreaming again?
Funny you ask, since I'm going through that right now as we speak.
While we're recording this?
No, not that much now. Calm down. The simplest solution is probably the right one.
You mean to say I can simple this?
If the thing you wish to do is right and you believe in it, go ahead and do it. Put your dream across and never mind what they say if you meet with temporary defeat, for they perhaps do not know that every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success.
Wait, is that a secret? The seed of success?
Yes, it is. And the best part is that the seed doesn't need water or sunlight to grow.
So how does the seed get watered or shined up?
By doing it.
Oh.
A little persistence goes a long way.
And practice.
And repetition.
And repetition.
Which is how you've all gotten good.
Gracias por escuchar.
Salut. À la prochaine.
This podcast and our other podcast are productions of Little Red Hen Industries. The supporting cast who helps me bake the bread includes
Techno King, John C. Brandy, Fact Checker, Abraham Lincoln, Script Consultant, OpenAI, Language Consultant, Ever Evolving, Media Expert, Favor Abassi EK, Psychologist, William James, Rabbit Hole Advisor, Dr. Mark Barrett, Sound Designer, Goodly Amo Marconi, Videographer, Alfred Hitchcock, Inspiration, many podcasts and other sources, and of course Napoleon Hill.
We also have websites, and you can subscribe to both podcasts and get ebooks and other great stuff. You can send us a video, audio, or text message, but of course, you'll have to head to the show notes, either on your phone or on the web, to actually get links and stuff. And those clickable links are in the show notes.
And before we forget, the artificial intelligence or AI voices you hear in our work come from Google, Amazon Polly, OpenAI and the online tone generator linked in the show notes.
Finally, you can find us on podmatch.com and matchmaker.fm, where we consider guests and guesting on other pods.
And really finally, the music for our pods comes from Cute by Ben Sound and from Piano Background by Nick Simon Adams. The sound effects credits go to Jackson Academy Ashmore, Canoe CG, Dr. Jekyll, Joe Payne, Everything Sounds, MK Play More Stories, ERH, Sand Emotions, Big Pickle 51, and Just Good Inc. Yes. That's his or her name, all on freesound.org.
Paul.